And there were in the same country shepherds abiding in the fields, keeping watch over their flocks by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them, and the glory of the Lord shone round about them, and they were sore afraid. And the angel said unto them, Fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Saviour, which is Christ the Lord. And this shall be a sign unto you. Ye shall find the babe wrapped in swaddling clothes, lying in a manger. And suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of the heavenly host, praising God and saying, Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill toward men. Good afternoon. Merry Christmas Eve. It is December 24th, 2024, on a very rainy Christmas Eve here in southeastern North Carolina. I am doing my prep work for dinner tomorrow. Right now I have got some turkey necks, yum, stewing in my pot to make a broth, or I guess that's what you'd call it, a broth, stock, whatever. Turkey necks with some carrots and celery. And I've got a lot to do. So I thought I'd bring you all along, let you see how I prep for Christmas dinner here in the country, in the South. And I hope you're all having a wonderful day. This is 3 gigantic heads of collard greens. My husband went to go get them from, I guess you can call it a country store. It's called Eagle Island. And he called me, he said, how many do we need? And I'm like, how big are they? So I did video chat with them, and they didn't look that big on the video. So I said, well, just get 3 of them. That's big. So we're going to have a lot of collards. So I'm going to start getting prepped with the collards. I'm going to start prepping. They're not going to prep me. I'm going to prep them. And I'll show you the process. In my collards, I don't think this might not even be enough. I'm going to be adding smoked pork neck bones. They were $4.51 for this pack, $3.39 a pound, and it was 1.33 pounds. This will give the collards a lot of flavor, and the meat on this is good too. It kind of reminds me of smoked turkey. So for those of you that don't know what a collard green is, these are collard greens. This is a southern staple in most homes here. And it's a lot of, I don't say a lot of work, but it's time consuming because you've got to get it all off of these stalks. So I'm going to show you how to do that in just a minute. I have disinfected my sink. I'm putting water in it so that I can rinse the collards off because they have a tendency to have dirt in them since they were grown in the ground. So here we go. I'm going to take the collards, the first head. These little leaves down here by themselves I'm not really worried with. Like whatever. So I take it. Don't want the stem because they're too tough to cook. So I will take it again. I say again because I've already done one stalk. And I'm bending right there. You know, I'm bending the leaf like this. And sometimes if you want to, you can flip it over the other way and do it this way. I like it doing it better the other way because it's hard. It's easier the other way. This way it's harder. And it's not really doing what I want it to do. But listen to the crack. I'm separating the leaf from the stalk, kind of. And then I just take my hand. Voila. I'm left with leaf. If you have a little bit of stalk, the thinner part up towards the top, that's fine. Like this. That is perfectly fine. You're going to take it. Twist. It's about how we do mine. A lot of people will cut theirs up. I just twist because I find it to be, I would say faster. For me, it's faster. I could go a lot quicker if I'm not talking, but I'm going to do a couple more. If you hear the music in the background, like my last vlog, I have got Resort TV 1. Their Christmas music ambience, whatever, that Jenna, Josh and Jenna are brother and sister, and they are the ones that do Resort TV 1, and they're both married. So Jenna's husband, Dale, put this video together. Again, I'm backside. He put it together, and they said it took quite a while to get all these pictures together that they have. But it's YouTube friendly. Not only is it YouTube friendly, but I love Christmas music, and this music is very soothing. Even though I prefer the old classics like Bing Crosby, Percy Faith, all them older ones. The older the better for me as far as the Christmas music goes. I hope I don't. I'm doing this over top of my trash can. I hope I don't put it in the trash. But I like this too, so I got it playing. Got my collards over here soaking in water. I've never had a problem with the collards having a lot of dirt. I don't know if these are washed before they're bought or not, but again, you hear the snap. That's the leaves kind of separating their way from the stalk. Bam. Do I have stalk left? Just a little tiny bit right there. That I don't want. I felt when it broke at that point, so I'm going to snap that part off. Okay. Again, I'm going to twist little sections like this. They cook down. I compare it to spinach. Not the taste, but in the sense that it cooks down. I don't know if it wilt. It doesn't wilt as much as spinach, but it does cook down. So I've got I don't know how many quarts my stock pot is. It's a big pot that my husband bought. I think we did tamales in it or something, because my husband is Hispanic. And yes, he does eat Southern food. He loves collards. Him and my daughter both. That's the reason I make them. Is so that they can enjoy them. And this is really the only time we make them. Collards are not available year-round. They are not. If you find collards like in the spring and summer that aren't in the can, but you find them in the store somewhere, no, they're not in season. There ain't no telling where those things came from. Also, collards. Whoop, I just dropped a stem. A piece of a stem. They say that it's best to get collards after they've been through their first frost. So around, at least here where we live, Thanksgiving, definitely Christmas, we've already had several frosts. In fact, we've been below freezing multiple nights, not all consecutive, but this past, let's see, what's today? Tuesday? This past weekend, I think Saturday night. Or might have. Sunday, the high was like 40 degrees. And I think that it was either that night or Saturday night, the low was 20. So we've definitely had some frost. Those are the best time to get your collards, because once they get that frost on them, they lose that bitter taste. 1 minute. I remember when I was younger eating collards, and I didn't like them because of that bitter taste, but then I learned over the years. And of course, I wasn't the one that bought them. My parents bought them. Now, I don't know if they had been frost bitten or not, but I remember that bitter taste in them, and I did not care for them. And it could just be all in how you're prepping. Don't get me wrong, I'm not like dissing my mama's cooking. My mama passed away in 2020. Mama cooked good. But you got to really season your collards. And when I say season, I'm talking like with the smoked neck bones that I showed you guys. You want your seasoned meat in there. I prefer using smoked neck bones. A lot of people will use, what is that called? Side meat. They call it side meat. I'm not even sure what that is. Some people might use fatback. Some people will use smoked turkey wings. Bacon, country ham. For me, especially when it comes to collards, I like the smoky flavor of the neck bone. I've never tried to use smoked turkey wing. I like smoked turkey legs. I like to eat them, especially at Disney. My son just came in the room. So I'm going to finish up with these collars. I'm going to have him get the next head out because I'm almost done with the first head. And we'll come back in a bit once I get started. I'm sure y'all see the process. I got an elf over here. You saw that, right? Alright, we'll be back. So we are working on the second head of collards. And I had to go ahead and get these rinsed off really good and put them in the pot. So let me show you how much we got just off of about 1.5 heads. It's a big pot. And it's almost halfway full. Okay, let's tear that. I'm not using it. Some people might use that. I'm not using that. No, I'm throwing that away. There's the collards. And that great big pot. I'm glad I decided to use the big stock pot. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to add water to this pot and get it over to my stove. I'm going to put the smoked neck bones in there, add a little bit of salt, and wait for it to come to a boil. And I'll bring you back in a little bit. Alright y'all, so my collards are now in the pot. Here is one of the neck bones, smoked neck bones. And these will have to cook for several hours. This pot is a lot bigger, thicker, and it takes a long time for it to get started. I filled it up part way with water, and then I used another regular pot that wasn't as big, so I didn't break my back trying to get this thing up on the stove. So I'm putting the lid on it. Got a piece of collar on it, and we'll let that cook. And my turkey necks, let me show you those. Those are done. So that broth that the turkey necks made will be going into my cornbread dressing. Part of it, I guess this is part of a turkey neck, out to show you that it cooked from about 10 to about 1 o'clock. Tender, it's hot. Hot. How tender that meat is, it's just falling off the bone. For Christmas Eve, it's become kind of a tradition that we do appetizers for dinner, since I'm trying to prep the meal for the next day. So I'm going to be doing the, I don't know what they call them, barbecue meatballs, sweet and sour meatballs that you get at, you know, little parties and stuff. I've got a bottle of chili sauce, and I've got a jar of grape jelly. I actually got 2 bottles of the chili sauce. And a bag of meatballs. So I'm gonna put that in the pot, and I'll be right back. Okay. I know it doesn't look too hot. So that jelly has got to be able to have time to warm up and melt, I guess you could say. So that was the whole jar. I usually have a bigger one than this. For some reason, when we grabbed it, I thought it was the big one, and it's not. I did both bottles of the chili sauce. And I've got this in my slow cooker. I've got a new slow cooker my friend gave me for Christmas, but I didn't want to unbox that just yet because I'm kind of in a time crunch. It's after 3 o'clock, and this needs to get put on. These bags, let me show you. Is this it? Slow cooker liners. These are a lifesaver. It quick and easy cleanup. You just take your leftovers out if you have any, put them in your container, whatever, refrigerate them, and just throw the bag away. Keeps the this container from getting dirty. Love it. Time saver. So I got the meatballs put in. Obviously right now it does not look too hot because the meatballs are frozen. Everything has to have time to get hot and melt down to make the sauce, and then I'll stir it all together, and I'll bring you back in a little bit to show you what they look like. And then we'll get started on the potato salad and the deviled eggs. Okay. Starting off with a 5-pound bag of yellow potatoes, Yukon Gold potatoes, buttery potatoes, whatever you want to call them. This is type of potato that I use for potato salad. This is what my mom used. My potato salad recipe is the same as my mom's. It tastes exactly like hers, and it's the only potato salad that I eat. So I'm going to get this bag open, get these potatoes peeled, cut up, rinsed off, cooked, drained, get my eggs boiled and drained, and get both potatoes and the eggs cooled, and I will show you what I put in my potato salad. Okay, it is now 5:33 p.m. Here are the collards. Yeah. I'm at the bottom of the pot. I've been scooping it out because that pot is so heavy to try to lift with all this water in it. This is what they call pot liquor. People say to save the pot liquor. But out of, you know, y'all saw how much collards was in that pot, and that's all I'm getting out now is little spoons. So I'm at the very bottom, and that's giving me this Pioneer Woman size bowl. Okay, so you saw it cooked down. And I've got some of the neck bones over here. I'm going to take the meat off and put it into my collards. And right here I have sauteed off in a stick of butter 1 medium-sized yellow onion and 3 stalks of celery, leaves included. That is going to go into my cornbread dressing. I have been at this all day, y'all, and I still am not done. My potatoes are cooked. They're cooling. The eggs have been boiled. They are cooling, so that we can make deviled eggs, and we can also make the potato salad. Here are the meatballs. They are still simmering, but the jelly and everything has melted down and became into a sauce with the chili sauce. So remember, it's chili sauce and grape jelly. I had 2 bottles of chili sauce. One, I guess that was a medium-sized jar of grape jelly, and just original flavored meatballs. And we'll just let this keep cooking. My daughter's not home from work yet, and she has to go to the store to get the rest of the appetizers for dinner. So once she gets home, I'm sorry, my finger was in the way. Once she gets home, then everybody can eat, and I'll keep cooking. Okay, it is now 7:28. My potatoes are cooled. For my potato salad, I use the potatoes, Mount Olive sweet salad cubes, a little squirt of French's mustard, yellow mustard, some onion. I will not use all that. Some of it is for my daughter because she has an intolerance to egg, so she can't do egg. Kraft mayonnaise because that's what my mama used, and I am a Duke's girl, but Kraft for my potato salad. And I've got 3 boiled eggs that I have peeled sitting behind the bowl. So let me get it together and I'll bring you back. Voila. Potato salad is done. On to the next. What am I doing next? I still got to peel eggs for deviled eggs and prep my cornbread dressing, and I don't know what else. And it's 7:39 at night. Merry Christmas Eve. Alright, so I'm doing this in segments right now because I only have one hand free. I have added so far 2 bags or 12-ounce bags of the Pepperidge Farm Cornbread Classic stuffing. We call it dressing. Stuffing for us is what you put up inside of the turkey. Dressing is a side dish, and we don't stuff the bird, so it's dressing. The sauteed onion and sauteed onion and celery, and about half a bag of the Pepperidge Farm herb seasoning classic stuffing. Okay, I've got to find my seasonings, and I'll be back. So, I had an aunt who has passed away. She always used Campbell's cream of chicken soup in her cornbread dressing, so I do the same thing now. I've also added some sage. Not a lot, maybe 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon. I have to taste it for flavor, but that's what we got thus far. So I'm about to put this cream of chicken in here. Let's see if it'll come out. Oop. Yeah, it came out really easy. So what I have to do is I'm going to mix that. The broth I made earlier with the turkey necks will be going in here, along with the cooked vegetables that are in there as well. Cornbread dressing. There's 2 bags of Pepperidge Farm cornbread stuffing mix, a half bag of the herb. There is 1 boiled egg, the stock from the turkey necks, the meat from 2 turkey necks, I think I did. The orange stuff here is cooked carrot. My hands were clean. I always wash my hands. And there wasn't enough stock, so I'm adding organic reduced sodium chicken broth. And I've also got some of the sage and poultry seasoning. I put the poultry seasoning in after the last little clip I did. And you want your cornbread dressing to be kind of soupy. This is the way we like ours because we don't like ours to stand up. We like it to be soupy. So that when you make it, or when you bake it in the oven, it is going to come out moist. And it will not require gravy. I'm throwing away these bigger pieces of hard bread from that herb dressing. I usually put in sage and onion dressing, stuffing mix, whatever. But and you also want to get that gritty feeling out of it, and it still has the gritty feeling, so add more. But yeah, I usually use the sage and onion Pepperidge Farm stuffing mix, and I could not find any because I waited too late to get my stuff. So this is going to set overnight just so it's ready for tomorrow. All I have to do is put it in the oven. But now you can see how that's gotten. That's how I want it. That's how it's going to be. And we're going to put it in the oven in the morning at about 375, covered with aluminum foil. Cook it until it sets. You just keep checking it for probably about 30 to 40 minutes, maybe an hour. Just depends on how thick your dressing is. Like pan in your pan. And then you want to uncover it and let it brown for just a bit. But it will still have a soupy consistency. And everything in this is cooked. So if you wanted to eat it straight out the pan like this, you could. Everything's cooked, like I said. It's not raw. But I probably wouldn't recommend it. I did add a little bit of salt because it needed a little bit of salt. And other than that, that's it. So there you go. Cornbread dressing. It will come out beautiful tomorrow. Right now it looks like a hot mess.
What I put? It was breakfast sausage. They were out of the roll, so I had to use like patties. And I put cream cheese, sharp cheddar cheese, and the Red Lobster Cheddar Bay biscuit mix. And I mixed that all together. And I put it in the oven at 350 for 10 minutes and then rotated them and did another 10 minutes. And this is what they look like.
And they're really good.
They're really good.
To me, they taste like... What kind of cheese did you use?
Sharp cheddar and cream cheese.
And cream cheese. So they aren't as dry as what they are when you use Bisquick and shredded cheddar. They're a lot more moist, and to me they taste a lot better. So I think that's the way we're going to have to do them from now on. She's going to be the official sausage ball maker.
Yeah. I might be biased, but these are the best sausage balls I've ever had.
You're fine.
And then we had little sandwiches in here, little ham and cheese sandwiches, and a veggie tray, and my mom made meatballs, and right now she's peeling eggs.
And she made me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
And I made her a peanut butter and jelly sandwich because she didn't want a ham and cheese sandwich.
No, I did not.
Okay, bye.
That's going to do it for today. I hope you all enjoyed watching as I meal prep for Christmas Day. I want to thank all my subscribers. You've gotten me over 100 subscribers, and I'm very grateful. Merry Christmas to everyone, and remember, Jesus is the reason for the season. God bless, and we'll see you real soon.